What's up, fuckers? Live from New York. It's up. Alright, the audio issue should be fixed this week. I'm actually about to tune in myself and listen to this just to see what's up. What's up, everybody? We're here with Jared Raley.
Yep, back again. Another fine Monday.
Yep, he's one of our homies. He's also Dylan's cousin. To give you a reference of who this man is. So if you want to start talking, I'm going to fix some shit right here. Nothing much. How's your day going? What'd you do? What'd you do today?
Slept a lot. Slept until like 3.
Off day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Off day.
Oh, yeah.
Good day.
Relaxing, resting, watching YouTube videos. That's what I do.
Dude, I've been doing seriously a lot of shit. It's been
Do you prefer
exhausting.
having your weekends off or having the random days in the middle of the week when there ain't shit going on? Because, like,
see, I don't like repetitive days off. So I'd rather it be like me work 3 days, off a day, work 4 days, off a day.
see, isn't it kind of nice too? Like, I felt like when I was off during the week at bootleg and shit, dude, I'd go to the mall or do whatever the hell I wanted, get my tires rotated, get the oil changed. There was nobody anywhere because it was 11. Like, I was just doing my own thing. Like, I miss that. I can't get shit done anymore.
Yeah, if you're off on the weekends, I mean, every place is closed. You know what I mean? So like, how you can get shit done?
But anyway, sorry, I have to check on this audio.
Oh, yeah, Joe fucked it up last week. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sorry for last week. It should be better now. I'm about to tune in finally. Keep talking, everybody. I'm going to make sure that everybody's mic is still in. I'm pretty sure Jared's might not be coming in. It looks like it's not. Talk, Jared.
Hey, guys. Is it coming in?
I'm making sure.
Can you hear me?
He's trying to listen. There's like a little
It sounds like you all are kind of quiet. Talk now. Yeah, y'all are really quiet. What the heck?
How quiet are we?
Was it
Pretty quiet. No? You're coming in and everything.
Should I get closer?
Should he get closer?
No.
Push the mic. Get creepy. I mean, does that
It might just be I'm really quiet.
Oh.
I'm actually really dumb. I'm just really low
hate
audio. I'm really dumb. I have it tuned now, though, so we're good. Anyway,
I hate you.
that's what we're talking about.
I hate
Let's just jump in right to what we want to talk about. So the simulation theory, Jared. Why don't you go ahead and hop right into that? We want to talk about this a lot.
Okay, so the simulation theory is basically that we are living in a computer simulation or a video game.
Yeah, so basically, if you can describe it, it's like, so if you went into virtual reality and you couldn't tell any difference than what you're doing right now from what you're doing in a video game. And if you believe in like the advancement of technology and how we're going now, how fast we've went from having really no phones at all, like really like a phone was like a rich person device in the beginning, just like anything else that's new.
Now it's like strapped to everyone.
Yeah.
Now everybody.
About 20 years ago.
Yeah, and then you gotta think eventually virtual reality will get to where people will want to do that all the time. Like, you won't be able to tell any difference. You can't, like, get out of it. So there's no real reason to think that that's not what's happening right now. I was looking up stuff on this earlier. What's crazy, too, is, like, so Elon Musk, for one, thinks about it. And it's crazy, for one, to think about it in, like, nowadays terms. Because, like, so now you kind of know, like, a base point. Like, right now, virtual reality is a thing. 20 years ago, it really wasn't thought of. So you really can't, like, have that as a base point to think of it being a, like a virtual reality type thing. So, like, Descartes, back in, like, whatever time he was alive, he obviously was alive, like, anywhere between 1400, 1800, whatever, no technology like that. He also had this theory that, like, this really probably isn't, like, not necessarily, like, religion, like, as in, like, going, like, it's not, like, base reality as you're going to heaven, but it's, like, he said, like, dreaming, it's like a dream. He said, in my time of living, I've learned basically everything I've determined is based off my senses, and throughout life, I've learned my senses have led me wrong. So why is there no belief? Why do I believe all my senses and just think that this is like actually real? Which is crazy. Someone that smart would think that way. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, like in 500 years ago, this guy's like by himself. Like, that's crazy too. These people couldn't just like talk from across the world either. These people are like by themselves, kind of thing. Like, just writing books by themselves, like learning things on their own. Like Isaac Newton probably learned his shit and was just like, well, I'm gonna go publish this. But really, after that, like, I mean, who's really? If you're not going to the library, like, how are you gonna read this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's like, get your ass in the library.
Obviously, throughout time, you could get traveling along places, but
Yeah, there's no, like, shared thought back then. No Twitter.
right.
No Twitter.
But yeah, like,
No Twitter whatsoever.
and that's another thing is I don't see how that would be believed to be such like a huge deal. But like, heaven and hell is like so like believable, but you wouldn't. That's basically the same kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
exactly.
yeah.
I think that as well. Like, how crazy is that?
Like Earth is just really your base reality where you're proving to a higher power that you are worthy to be in an afterlife, which is what would be the actual reality.
Right.
Which like yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about that with
Holy shit.
infinity, like.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you mean how like the universe is infinite? Like,
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Time and infinity, and it doesn't make sense.
have
We
you?
talk about that a lot on that One Strange Rock thing, like how it's almost foolish to think that there wouldn't be someone else out, not someone else necessarily, but
Another life form that's
Another
intelligent
life
enough.
form.
Yeah, because like also as much as say they're like 400 light years away and they look over at us from somewhere, they're still not even seeing us. They're seeing somebody like whoever was alive 400 years ago. They're just seeing like normal stuff. That's kind of crazy too. It's the same way over here. We're not seeing them like that. But have you ever heard of the game No Man's Sky?
No.
So listen to this. This is kind of like it's kind of crazy. So I'm just gonna kind of adjust this into real life or kind of like compare it. So in this game, it's a multiplayer game. But what it is it's so unlikely to run into another player because the game is like what you're doing is you spawn on a planet and you get materials. It's kind of like Minecraft, but you go from different planets. Like you're going in your own little solar system. The game is so large in itself. It's just like the universe. Like you all spawn on a random planet. So the odds of you running into another player are so small because you're so far away. How could you get to each other?
Just the scale.
Like, and you can put down stuff to say. You can put down stuff to say, yeah, I was here, but other than that, like, you can't like tell anybody anything. Like, they can just run into like, oh my god, this guy was here before, but like, you don't know where he's at now.
You're right. You don't
And
know
it's
how
kind of the
that's
same
done.
thing in real life. Like, imagine that. Like,
that's
you get there too late. Think about this. I thought about that. Let me get back to this topic, but think of like, so think of,
Think about it, you're too late.
think, so,
Oh no.
so this is the way I think of the Big Bang. So at the beginning of time, like once light went out, so think of light being a flashlight, but like the light's going out off this flashlight infinitely to wherever. And there's places in the universe that are still dark to us because the light hasn't gotten there yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So basically, there's places in the universe that really aren't a part of the observable universe because we haven't seen it because light hasn't hit it yet. So what if there's other Big Bangs so far away that the light from there hasn't reached our light yet? So eventually, there's gonna be a point where they both meet, and it'll be like there's just this giant piece of light. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like almost like boom. It's like doubles immediately. It's like what in the hell? Like you know, that's kind of weird to think about.
It's crazy how circumstantial Earth is itself. It's fucking insane. It blows my mind.
Like how it just works out perfectly where you can live here and like yeah, which also it's just like it's just how it went. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it was.
Like I'm just saying like
So
the course in time led to you being able to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like as much as it is coincidence, it's like damn, it had to happen that way or else you wouldn't. You know?
Like they talk about how close it was to the fact that we could have still been like bacteria essentially here, and even after we die, bacteria will still be here just doing the same shit, rocking.
especially for like how old the Earth is and how new humans are and how far we've come since. You know what I mean?
Humans have not. It's crazy how much we haven't even been here.
Like 4 lifetimes ago.
Like it's like a speck.
Like no shit.
We've been on this-
4 of us ago. Like not us, but like.
Well, like that's like that's like America. But I mean like humans at all.
Oh, okay.
Like that's like 4,000 years, 4,000 years.
Kind of like developed like.
Well, that too, yeah, United States, yeah, the United States, like just 300 years ago, we were riding horses. I mean, like seriously,
Just fucking.
Well, less than that.
imagine getting in a gunfight and you miss a guy in front of you, and you gotta like pull all this shit out, clean it out, like you're like, I'm gonna get there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even fight hands.
The first car was made in what, like 1910?
Early 1900s, probably
Yeah.
something like that.
And now we have.
They're everywhere.
Themselves.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, and it's crazy how fast it took 100 years for the car, but imagine like just like, it's just crazy how stuff
How quickly
exponentially.
Technology is built.
Yes, it just goes up like it's nothing. Like when we're like 70.
That's
Are we-
crazy with the
yeah.
VR too, though. Y'all ever done VR before?
Yeah.
Done a little bit. It's like kind of get.
It
It's not
messes you
it's not
up
there
on
yet,
your
but
senses. It really like pulls you into like
Dude, yeah.
it tricks you into thinking that you're like somewhere. It's insane. It's
I think
more
I
than just
did-
like seeing it though.
I did the Oculus or whatever at Best Buy one time,
right.
and that was like, it was dark enough and like it sealed just well enough that like it was like almost kind of scary whatever we were doing, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get one like the Oculus Go, so you can just kind of watch movies and that kind of thing that way, because that would be lit.
Dude, I like that. People saying they lay down and watch Netflix on these things.
Yes.
That's so relaxing, dude.
playing.
Hang on, let me just do this real quick.
Expensive.
Really?
How much are they?
150, 200 bucks.
Here, I want to wait until like
But you can watch
5 or 6 years from now,
Yeah. Till they like refine.
when they're like kicking them, like they're like seriously like.
You can watch YouTube though, and like all kinds of stuff. You don't have to put your phone in it. It's like its own thing. Like you just put it on and rock.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't want it to be that close to me. You know what I mean? Like I'm
No, it's
I'm
not. It doesn't have to be. Like so, like you can put yourself in a theater. You can put
Yeah.
yourself on a
But-
couch.
But what I'm saying is like I want to see myself. Like I don't want to be.
You can
like,
put a-
trapped in.
You
this
could
thing.
put like a body on it.
Like a virtual body, not you want to be in your own body, like you want to be like yeah.
Fuck. See, I would
I
love.
want
it.
to see what's going on.
Like, I'm at- yeah.
Trustworthy, obviously.
Yeah, it's like somebody breaks in your house and you're just on this VR, just and you're just like, that's scary too. I'm like that with headphones in sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, is anybody around me or something? Like,
The homeless story.
I can't do
dude, the homeless story. Yeah, seriously, I'll be running and I'm like, but sometimes running at night, I'm like, it makes me go run faster because I'm like, well, they can't catch me. They are there. I was gonna tell you these because we were gonna talk about kind of like simulation thing and like religion. I was gonna tell you about these dreams I've had before. I told my big last week. You
I don't dream at all.
don't dream at all?
No.
Never.
I don't remember my dreams at all. No.
Like, do you mean-
If
do you-
it's like a nightmare, I do, but I don't remember my dream last night, and I don't remember the last dream that I've had.
Right.
Yeah, I can remember some of them, but I definitely remember remembering them a lot more vividly. But I also know that, you know, depending on certain events, you can suppress that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, you know, it just kind of
certain
depends.
things you partake in.
Yeah, because like that's why they say like when you stop, you have like nightmares and stuff.
Right.
Well, basically, these dreams I had were like, so the big one I had these dreams in high school that were like, I had these. Sorry, I'm listening to this audio in my fucking ear again. But I had these dreams were like, so when I was in high school, my grandma had died in like middle school, okay, in like 7th grade, and my grandpa died before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is I would go to sleep and I would have these random occurrences where like my grandpa would like randomly appear in my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't know why he would be in there or anything, but he would be real demonic looking.
Did you recognize him though?
Yeah, I knew it was him in the dreams, and I was like, why is he here? And I wake up and be like, what the fuck? And like, so I kept having him like where he would literally occur, like I'd be in a good dream, I'd look over and there he is demonic, like like red eyes, like staring at me, like not saying anything, I just wake up. So one time I had a dream where I was like, I was at my grandma's and she was next to me and I was like talking to everybody about something, and then she was just sitting there talking to me normal. And then it kind of got real like dark. And I was like, what the hell? Like it almost felt like something was on my shoulders. I was like, this really feels weird. And she stood up and stood next to me and was like, what's wrong? You scared? And like this, like her voice was getting deeper. I was like, what is going on? I looked in the corner, in like the corridor of my like hallway, and my grandpa was standing there staring at me with those demonic eyes. And I woke up and I was like, what in the fuck happened?
Oh, no.
Dude, seriously, like I didn't know what to think. Like I was freaking out. Like I eventually like had more dreams where it would occur like this, and I kept just freaking out about it. And I would have like more dreams like that would occur. This is the one that really fucked me up. Like I kept like seriously, I'd be afraid to go to bed because I'd be so worried about like having him occur in more dreams because it was really messing me up. Yeah. So like I wasn't having him for like a week, I think, or something like that. And then one day I had this dream. Okay, I hadn't talked to my dad in a little while. Okay, and so I was at my dad's house. It was my grandma's house, but when she died, he took it over and he bought it. And I was at his house, and everything was going fine. Everything was normal. My cousins were there, and then like somebody's like, "Hey, your dad's in the back, like the back door here. He wants to talk to you." I was like, "I didn't talk to my dad." In the dream, I had understood in the dream that I had not talked to him in forever in real life. Like I was like, I had not seen him in like months. What the hell is he gonna say? So I walked to the back door. I looked through like, and this is also my grandma's house. Okay, so I'm looking out the back door, and I see under the curtain his feet are sitting there with his shoes. I'm like, he's right there, sitting there. Yeah, like sitting there, like behind the curtain. There's like as in like I'm looking behind the window. There's like a back patio. Like he's sitting in the back patio, but all I can see is his shoes. Yeah, there's like window and like there's like. So I open the door, and in the back patio, he's not there anymore. Like he's literally like gone. And it got,
He's there, but
dude.
you open it.
Yes, and have you ever had those dreams where it gets real quiet? I mean, it's disturbingly quiet. It was like that, and my back shoulders. It was like, ugh. And I look back in the same hallway. My grandpa is standing right there, staring at me with these eyes. And then the door shuts on me, like real slams. And I wake up and I'm like panting, sweating. I'm like, what is going on? I haven't had those dreams in like,
Have you seen a therapist?
no, but I haven't had those dreams in like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Like it's okay now, but back then I was like, damn, that is seriously insane. I've also,
And you were in 7th grade. So you were
well, that was my grandma died in 7th grade. I had those dreams in like probably junior, sophomore year ish. Okay, going to senior year. Yeah. And then 2 other dreams, quick ones. One dream I had, I was laying down taking a nap before work, and I was like sitting next to my bed, and all of a sudden someone was standing next to my bed, and I was like in a daze, and I was like, what is that? I was trying to grab them. I was like, who are you? I was like, because they were in my house,
Right.
and I was trying to grab them, and all of a sudden I was just on my phone. I was like, what? I was like, when did that just go? Where'd that guy go? It was just over with. I was like, I'm just not even gonna worry about that, whatever. And one other dream I had, I swear this is crazy. One dream I had was, I went to bed. I woke up, went to the doctor, came back, and took a nap. Okay, and this is where the dream happened. So
were you sick?
no, I had like some leg thing that I had to deal with or something. But so I had this dream where I go to the kitchen. My sister's there with her boyfriend. Like my dog's outside in the backyard, and Marianne's like, go ahead and let Marianne's my sister. She's like, hey, go let Boomer in. So I go to the back door. I open the door. He comes running up, and all of a sudden he like gets to the top step and like whimpers and tuckers up and looks up. All of a sudden, like a white light like grabs me and pulls me up, and I'm like freaking out in this dream. It was like something like grabbed me, like almost like I got abducted by aliens. It was obviously I probably didn't, but it was just this dream was really intense.
Right.
And also I verified I didn't because I'd taken a nap. It wasn't like I slept overnight, but I had a dream where it felt like something grabbed me up, and like everything around me went white, and there was just this loud ringing, and like I couldn't. Well, at first I was yelling for someone to like grab me because I was like, where the hell am I? So I was just yelling for my sister, and eventually I kept yelling. I couldn't hear myself, but I knew I was yelling. Like I could feel myself yelling, and eventually I just woke up sweating, like I've had some intense dreams, dude.
That is so intense.
I
Yeah.
had some really crazy dreams. Like I had this one where they like. It was like they were trying to see what would really freak you out.
Right.
Almost. So you'd like slide into these like stations pretty much, and it was like this flash of light. But then you'd like see an image of something like real crazy when it would flash. And you know how like that picture noise it makes when a camera flashes?
Right.
But it was like an old one. So it was
Like the shutter noise?
like an old one though. Like an old flash, the big ass one.
Right. Like a flash of lightning.
And it'd be like, and you'd see something crazy, and then it happened, and you'd just be sitting there, like you're propelled, and you'd see this thing, you'd be like, oh my fucking god. You'd be like, and it happened again, you see something different, you'd be like, holy shit. And you're just like, it was like you were thinking, I was thinking up things to freak me the fuck out.
Right.
It was insane.
No, yeah, because I remember after my grandma passed away whenever I was in 8th grade, and I remember having dreams or nightmares all throughout high school pretty much after that. And it was the same one that happened probably every week, at least once a week. And we would always have like yard sales out the front of our house.
Right.
And so like all I remember is we were doing the yard sale and we were out front or whatever, and a car pulls up. It's like a 98 Crown Vic, like an older cop car type
Right.
thing. And this person gets out, but like I don't remember their face, but they were like in like a black cloak or something, and they like asked to see something, and they were like, oh, well, show me that or whatever, and it was on like a table. So I would like walk over to get it, and I turn around, and they're putting my grandma in the trunk.
Right.
Like they're abducting my grandma. And it was after my grandma passed away, so I'm assuming that it's like, I felt like she was.
In the dream, did you know though? Were you like aware? Were you aware in the dream? Were you like, hang on?
No. I was scared, terrified. You know what I mean? Sweating, hot.
Right.
It was terrible. And I remember the like car like pulled out of her driveway or whatever and started going down the road, and I was like chasing it, screaming, you know, like help, 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 whatever. And then I wake up and I'm just like in a panic, and it's the worst.
And you're like, what in the hell?
Because it's like the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you, but it's in your dream and it's made up, you know?
It's crazy.
I know.
And that's what I was thinking about while y'all were talking about that. What if, like, if we are in a simulation exactly,
Right.
what if our dreams are, like, chosen and they're trying to see how you react to your dreams exactly as well?
I thought about that. Like, also, it's kind of weird that you never know if any, like, this is kind of, like, crazy, but, like, when it comes down to it, you don't really know if anybody else but you is really conscious because you really only know your life, so you don't even really know if, like,
Right.
yeah, it's just, like,
And
it's kind of what religion is, too. It's like a test.
No, but I think about this, like, every day. You know, like, what's that one movie with, here we go.
Here we go.
That one movie where he's living in, like, a simulated world and he was born there.
The Truman Show?
Yeah. So
That show blew my mind. That movie blew my mind.
Like, if you think about it, like, we don't know if India's real.
Right. Wait, what do you mean? Because
We
you've never
don't
been
know
there?
What is here,
Right.
other than what's been shown to us? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, how do we know that the Earth is the Earth?
I mean, it's kind of like
seeing
seeing
is
is believing kind of thing. Like when people kind of like do like psychedelics and that kind of thing, and wonder if like that's what you would see or do see somewhere else.
Right. Right.
It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Because like you perceive things too. Like I wonder exactly. Like I guess we do. But like people perceive things exactly as you do, and that's why somebody might see somebody as like super attractive. And you're like, yeah, they're pretty, but like.
Yeah, if it's like not even really the same thing, kind of, it's like you see something totally different.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the idea of like if blue to me was red, but
it's that different. Like you just wouldn't know.
I mean, you will eventually, definitely. But
Maybe I'll just, take a year off. Travel.
see, I think what's weird is like a lot of people that have like left their body. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they say like they've taken something and then like they've been gone for like Ari Shafir on a pod. Like you can find it on YouTube. Like he was on a podcast and took like salvia. Like I was telling you before the show, he took like salvia, and I'm sorry, my mic was way too loud. But he took salvia. And, he like is laying there for like 15 minutes, just like passed out basically, and then he wakes up and is gasping for air. I mean, gasping. And he said that like when he took the drug, he was like basically in like he lived a whole nother life where he lived underwater and could breathe underwater, had whole new friends, was like in this whole new place, and all of a sudden just woke up. And he like basically couldn't believe like he was like breathing air and was like, what the fuck? Kind of like what we're talking about, the simulation thing. Kind of like where you just don't know if you're just like somewhere else for a minute, and then, you know what I'm saying, like one day you just wake up.
And like, see too, it's like you just don't know if your mind is just like recollecting everything you've even just thought of. Like you could be thinking of like, what the fuck? Like before that, you could have literally been like, I wonder what it's like to be in water, and then you just decide to do that, and like.
And then you know what it's kind of like to be.
Your mind, your brain is like smart enough to turn it in, like, because you've seen enough. It's like
Right.
I've seen videos and shit of the ocean and like, the life shit and all that.
Right.
So then if I were to like, kind of like that, I feel like my brain's powerful enough to put that image together to where I would see if I wanted.
Like it would construct it for you.
Yes.
And you could live in it.
For my brain and the amount of time I think is passing by, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because.
But I mean, how do we know that these are even our thoughts?
What do you mean?
Like in the simulation theory, it's like the people that are like controlling it or whatever.
Right.
How do
You
we
wonder
know
if they're manufacturing the thoughts as well.
Right, like we don't know if like this is, you know what I mean? Like how do we know if our conscience is us? It could be them.
Like control. That's another thing. It's kind of like, is it destiny, or is it kind of like,
Right.
dude, have you ever like kind of sit here? I was gonna talk about that, just like that. Have you ever just kind of like one day like just recollected yourself and just been like, what the hell? How did I even get to right here?
Right.
Like it's just like some time went by and you were like,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes I feel like I'm almost in like autopilot and I'm just kind of like almost observing. Like it's just doing its own thing. I'm just like, what?
Because my mom's talked about that before, and she always says that it's like your angels are borrowing you for a moment. Like you're there, you're present, but
Right.
you don't. Like you could be driving to work or something that you do every day, and you know the route, and you just like you get to work, and then you're like, some time's gone by, like 20 minutes, and you just.
That makes me think about deja vu.
Yeah.
What do you think about deja vu?
I have deja vu almost every day.
I think it's insane how much I have it. I mean, I don't have it daily, but like seriously, sometimes, and it's so vivid. I'm like, I literally said it to somebody the other day. I think I freaked them out. Was it you?
What do you mean?
Even Kayla. Whoever
Explain
I said
that.
it to looked at me kind of strange, and I was like, this has happened before. And they were like,
Yeah.
And I was like,
and then also like I've told my mom this before. I have like all knowing moments where like I'll like think of something and like I'll tell somebody and it happens. You know what I mean? And your mom does too. I know.
It's weird. I don't
Because
like
she tells me about some dreams that she has, and I'm like, whoa.
That
It's like,
that
she had weird ones when Grandma died.
yeah,
Strange.
yeah.
so that shooting at that like James or what J-Town grocery store, Kroger.
The Kroger.
So my cousin's friend lived over there and like was about to go to the store and that same day was about to go to the store.
Yeah.
And my cousin Nick was like, you got a lot of homework, like, maybe you should like wait, And he was like, you're probably right. Literally the time he would have been around there.
Yeah.
And literally they like got like an alert like not a little bit later and were like shooting at J-Town Kroger and he was like, oh my gosh, I would have been there, which he would have probably been okay, but it would still have been like he would have been there. Like, what I'm saying? Like, it's like, whoa, like that still is traumatic. Like,
see, like I feel like if we like take a step back and like listen to everything that happens to us and like look at all the signs that are given to us, you know what I mean?
what do you mean?
Some things
Explain that.
Because I really do think that like most of us or most of our paths are predetermined, and there are some things that will alter that, and that's our choice. But
Yeah.
That's like, it's like,
I about 30% agree with that. Yeah, that's about it. Not saying like I don't necessarily believe that, but I feel like you can let yourself get trapped as well. Not necessarily trapped. I'm not going to call it that because you don't have to hate it. But you can let yourself get like. When I did the fire department thing, I'd be damned if everybody didn't talk to me like I was going to do that for the next 40 years.
Right.
No shit.
Right.
Everybody talked about like, what are your plans? Blah, blah, blah. And I was sitting there 19, 20 years old like, I'm trying to get an apartment.
yeah, I'm trying to, at least get out on my own. That's about it.
Yeah. And like, I could have kind of got stuck in that whole thing, and there's some people still doing that. But I feel like at this point, like, even after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to work full time at a restaurant. I'm going to